Flash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. We have Xena Warrior Princess. Xena Warrior Princess, the full kit reveal, as well as gameplay, the animations of all of her skills for you today, as well as the new champion pass, more information regarding that. But let's just jump right into the video, guys. She is, yes, going to be the reward, the champion reward for the champion pass on the paid track, okay? More on that in just a bit. So Xena Warrior Princess is a legendary attack force affinity barbarian here, as you guys can see, and that makes all the sense in the world. By the way, it is cool that Plarium, at least in my opinion, it's really cool that Plarium teamed up with Universal to actually make Xena happen inside the game. I'm pumped. All right, so what does she do? Let's go ahead and review her skills. So on her A1, Sword of Redemption, attacks one enemy 2 times, will ignore 3% of the target's defense for each buff on the target. Will also ignore shield buffs if the target is under 2 or more buffs or debuffs. A pretty strong A1. You can already see it having some arena potential against go second teams or go first teams or, you know, anywhere else in the game, really, right? On her A2, that's Chakram Cyclone. This could be a 3-turn cooldown when booked, starts at 4, obviously. Attacks all enemies. Will ignore 5% of the target's defense for each buff on the target. Steals 20% of the turn meter from each enemy. This effect cannot be resisted if the target is under 2 or more buffs or debuffs. Okay, so like the A1, the turn meter steal, by the way, from each enemy, so that's amazing. First of all, against 5 enemies, quick math says 100% turn meter, and it can't be again, it can't be resisted if they're under 2 or more buffs or debuffs. Now, to ignore the defense, it's going to be 5% for each buff on the target. That's a strong A2. How about Whip of Destiny? This is on a 5 book down to 4 turn cooldown on the A3. Another AoE attack. Will ignore 10% of the target's defense for each buff on the target. So again, this is really cool. Resets the cooldown of the skill if it kills 2 or more enemies. I hope she's gonna smack. I think she's gonna smack. We don't know the multipliers yet, but I think they're gonna be good. She seems like she could be a meta-breaking nuker, right? And which I love about this, I'm talking about arena and PvP out the gate. You know what I love about this, guys? Is she is a perfect nuker fit on a go first team or a go second team, right? Because on a go second team, she can ignore so much defense for each buff on the target, right? You can just build her slower. You're resetting the cooldown of the skill. And think about the synergy between the turn meter steal. If you're stealing turn meter from 4 enemies, and then you go, you know, really soon afterwards with another AoE on the A3, ignoring defense, you kill enemies. If you kill 2 or more enemies, it resets that skill for when you come back again. Man, you can just see already the synergy in this kit is really unreal. I love it. I love that she can fit on, because on a go first team, you won't need to ignore all of that defense. There'll be 2 debuffs on the targets. You're going to go first. You're going to kill them, right? On a go second team, there's going to be a bunch of buffs. You get all that extra ignored defense as well. And the passive, it just keeps getting better. Okay, for the greater good, it's the passive. So it's a 3-turn cooldown on the active effect. Passive effect increases the champion's attack by 10% each time they use an active skill. This stacks up to 100%. It resets each round. Also has a 50% chance of randomly changing this champion's weak hits to normal, strong, or critical hits. The chance increases to 100% when attacking enemies under 2 or more buffs or debuffs. So her entire kit revolves around the enemies being either debuffed or buffed, which usually is the case. If not, we can usually make it happen, right? Active effect. This is on the 3-turn cooldown. Fills his champion's turn meter by 100% and places a 50% big version increase attack buff on this champion for 1 turn whenever 8 or more buffs are placed on the enemy team in a single turn. Man, picture her in like stone skin. You just sit back, relax, and wait for the enemy team to start stacking up those buffs. Or picture her on a go first team, but you don't go first, and I don't know, like they buff, right? A Siphi goes ahead of you or something like that. She's going to be bumped immediately to 100% turn meter, get the buff of the increased attack, come in there and ignore a bunch of defense because they're all under those buffs, right? Ooh, really, really cool kit. Increase ally attack in arena battles by 33%. I'm sure we can use her anywhere, but man, she screams arena nuker to me. Let's take a look at her skills in action. So here she is, guys. This is her. Ignore whatever this is. This is obviously developer build content here. This is Xena on Xena on Xena on Xena on Xena. Well, you guys get the gist. This is her A1 in action. So very exciting. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, guys, this is her A2 here coming up. Okay, pretty cool animation there. And here's her A3 right now, guys. A3. Oh, that's a cool one. Let's watch it again. Boom! One more time. Boom! I love the wind up and the hit. I could just watch this on repeat, man. That's a really, really cool animation on that A3. Is it not, guys? Is it not? All right, guys, so here's some info on the champion pass. I do want to say here, as I was pulling this up, I thought to myself, I think she's a PvP champion, like talking about arena, and I still think she absolutely is. I love the whole weak hits, man, being converted. That's really cool, really powerful. But Hydra, I think she could be a Hydra monster as well. Because think about it, the Hydra heads, they're always under a bunch of debuffs. I bet she's going to smack with 2 AoEs, maybe in a curse set. Try her at a Hydra in a curse set. I would love to see that, guys. Mark my words. I think there's going to be something there. I think there's going to be something there. Anyway, I have the champion pass information for you guys. We have the basic, we have the elite, and then the elite plus levels, okay? So let me give you some of a little bit, you know, color in some of the unanswered questions here. So the basic pass rewards, you can see at the bottom here, we have Xena Warrior Princess avatar. We have silver energy and shards. We have a sacred shard on the basic. So sacred shards are back in terms of a free thing that we get now that they're no longer on daily logins, and they're going to be freebies on the basic level of champion pass, which is really, really cool, okay? So it really comes in 2 forms. Elite Plus is just buying the levels, essentially, which, frankly, I don't recommend. Just see if you can do it yourself without buying them, right? Especially not at first, right? So you'll get the standard rewards on the basic. Standard rewards, which are the in-game resources, Sacred Shard, and then the avatar, but not the actual champion, just the avatar. On the elite, okay, you still get access to all the standard rewards, which are all the in-game items, the avatar, etc., right? If you don't feel like completing the tasks, you can buy extra levels. They'll do plus 10 levels or all of them at the same time, similar to the Forge Pass, right? You'll get the premium rewards, which are miscellaneous in-game resources, and then one of the rewards in the elite option is going to be Xena Warrior Princess actual champion, okay? Now, if you don't want to pay for the champion pass, there'll also be a chance to summon her during special boosted events. You can see the dates right now, the 13th, the 20th, and the 30th of November from Ancient, Sacred, and then Ancient Shards again. You'll see here that she can be summoned from shards only during the 10-time events for this champion. Again, so this will be your only chance to summon her from shards during these 3 shard events, the first one kicking off this coming Monday. So guys, there you go. Xena Warrior Princess, Raid Shadow Legends, Plarium Universal Collab. That's all I have for you. What do you think of this champion? I think she's going to be really, really good personally. That's my gut. We don't know her multipliers yet. For Hydra, I'm talking myself more and more into Hydra and the arena. I think she's going to be a really, really cool and popular champion inside the game. Aesthetically, I think she looks pretty cool too. I love, again, especially the whip animation on that A3. Guys, let me know what you think of her. Do you feel compelled to actually, invest and spend on this champion pass to get your hands on Xena Warrior Princess? Let me know in the comments below. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.